the weather this time of year in the South? Perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway here on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The slot man in motion right. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
He called the ball and looked up. He thought to himself, uh-oh, trying to find some space, trying to make people miss. But a swarm of defenders were there, and they dropped him behind the line of scrimmage.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Go, Rick, go. Ready.
Now a run. Here's the rookie from USC. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And now an audible here into something else.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
And he will find his man on the outside. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Falcons grab it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught here by Conley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
60 Eagles, 60.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he's got it. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Falcons use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A try here for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense.
Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
They'll look to throw again.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
And I think we're all starting to wonder with this early deficit, what will that do to their play calling? Do they feel like they have to be more aggressive because they're throwing to start the drive here, but it winds up incomplete?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
This one into the hands of Pitts.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Kyle Pitts,
a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he comes back with one complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Second and 9. And now they'll shift things around. Now they run the option on second down.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
21-0 our score after 1.
The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
They'll look to throw here.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Back to throw now on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by...
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
19, Tiger, 19.
In motion, the tight end. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Cougar 19. Hut, hut.
They'll drop to throw.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game.
Check Bobcat. Check Bobcat. 19. Pioneer. Raptor leading. Go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Gets past one man. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
So that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another 1st down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Viking 18. Check go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there.
His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to add on to that lead.
An extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Second and 3. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Now he's free at the 35.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacted the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Ready?
In motion left goes Jones.
Ready?
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Let's go. Hut, hut.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Panther 11, Panther 11, go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
18 Rattler.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Okay, ready?
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Ready, ready?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Touchdown, Saints! A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the finals.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give them credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get 2 closer here on the fake extra point.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line.
Ready?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Panther 60.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Let go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they send a running back in motion right. They'll throw now on the final play. Touchdown, Falcons! A great play there as time expires in the first half.
And the Falcons would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Big decision there. They say forget the field goal and go for it, and it pays off.
I wonder who was in the ear of the head coach on this one. Did he make this call on his own? Or maybe the analytics coach got involved. And a lot of times you talk about that all week before the game. Hey, if we're in certain situations, analytics actually says do it this way, which might be against the norm. And it paid off for them in a really nice way.
Cashing in and there on the final play of the first half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of.
Jones goes diving, and he's got it. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut, hut.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Falcons extend their lead yet again.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Buffalo 18. Here we go. Set.
Now back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Seven Pirates. Check go.
Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Room here to run.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Looking to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Second and 10.
Warriors 70. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
And that is incomplete. Oh, my goodness. He was in his own zip code, but somehow could not look it in.
Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Now this time he'll look to throw.
That is caught.
And he's got some space here.
There he goes again.
And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can't be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Here we go. Hawk 70. Ready.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Panther 60. 60 Maverick. Check go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! from 3 yards out.
And the Falcons will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Here we go, set. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Slot man moves right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Ready. Go.
Back to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It looks like they'll move things around here.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Going up top. And now here is another interception.
And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
Go.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw here.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back to throw now on 1st down. Complete to Jones. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game. And quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as he's down to the 12.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught at about the 6. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately,
and this will be caught at the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Point after, right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But
he's got it with the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Ready up.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
60 Eagles, 60, 18, right, 18. Let's go. Hey. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The extra point is good, but it only impacts the